I know you're a married man now with a kid. Shout out to Win. So you don't have it going on a first date in a minute, but your boy on the other side of the microphone is single, and there's a debate going on about first dates. I know you've seen it, and if you guys haven't seen it or heard about it, I'll try and update you now. Essentially, a woman has gone viral. She went on a first date, and the guy was attempting to take her to Cheesecake Factory. He picked her up, and she wouldn't get out the car. Instead, she decided to pull out a camera and videotape the whole moment, and essentially put a lot of try to embarrass this man for taking her to Cheesecake Factory. Now, there's some who are even saying he had a reservation for a nicer restaurant, but she was an hour late getting dressed. So he scrambled and came up with Cheesecake Factory as a substitution, and she wouldn't get out the car. Danny, as a man who's gone on a lot of first dates recently, I have a lot of thoughts about this, but I'll let you go first since you're out the game, my friend.
I'm sure you do. All of us men have lots of thoughts. I said I'm not a single man, but in today's society, there's a lot of men, women banter of who does what, who doesn't do what, who's right or wrong, and this is, of course, stirring the pot of getting the men going. This list, obviously,
I'm fired up, Daddy. I'm fired up about this one.
I said we're old school, we're older. This list was obviously made up by a group of women under 25, because a lot of the list on the restaurants on that list are some good old school restaurants. A lot of us grew up on those restaurants. We ate at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and to us, lucky for me, my wife, she's not entitled or uppity. It doesn't really matter the place; it's the person, So. It's just crazy to see where we've come in today's society, just a sense of entitlement, and how they're disrespecting some good restaurants. Cheesecake Factory is a great restaurant. And more importantly, it's about the company you keep, the company you're going on. If you really like the person, it doesn't matter where you're going. It shouldn't be a standard of where the date starts, and where it ends. You can meet anywhere. You can talk to somebody anywhere. And it can, any great relationship can stem from something small. And, obviously can stem from some great places too. But first date, I don't know what you're thinking is going to happen. You got to earn some extravagant stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like women, they hold the key to certain things. Like, all right, in order for us to get their attention or earn some type of things from them, there's a process. Same with men. We're not going to just go all out and give you the best date ever. Some guys may do that. And those may be the guys that ruin it for everybody.
Those are the ones who are messing up the game. Those are the ones who are messing up the game.
But I can't blame them. Maybe so, but I don't blame. It's not them.
They need blame too.
Even with that, there should never be a sense of entitlement that every day, mind you, y'all are not. I said I'm not judging people, but you are not. Most of y'all are not like that to get that type of treatment. You're not bad enough to get the first all-out show. To, what I'm saying, of us trying to impress you. Yeah, we should try to impress you, but mind you, guys live in different budgets, different lives. We give what we feel that you deserve, and a lot of times there's not disrespect to you. Cheesecake Factory is no disrespect. These are no restaurants to sleep on. So I can't imagine. I tell this every day to the young guys in my locker room. I feel for you guys in today's society trying to date people, because it's just a different world. And I feel for you, Harrison, at the age of 36, at your age, trying to deal with these youngins out here going on these first dates of entitlement. They want to, see fireworks and long walk on the beach and take you on vacation on the first. It's crazy, the things that they're expecting. So I'm glad that I'm not in it anymore, but don't get yourself too worked up about it. Don't get yourself too worked about it. Just find your realm. You can't control everybody's minds and emotions. You can only control yours. You control what you can control. You adjust the sails, and you work with who you need to work with.
Oh, I found my realm. The one thing was crazy on this list too, Danny. Some of them made sense. Like family functions was on this list.
Some are inappropriate, but it doesn't mean you can't. Somebody really likes you, they might want to bring you there, but it may be too soon.
Not a first date. Not a first date. Yeah, not a first date. No.
Listen, I know some people bring some people to some intimate settings on a first date. Some people may like that. They may think, oh, this person really likes me. I think it's too soon, but to each his own. Some people get married in 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen that happen. So it's not for me to judge.
Some people hated on the even the idea of a coffee date being a first date. I'm like, all right, yo, this is going too far. Social
Now I
media,
understand what they're saying, like it shouldn't be considered a date, but any meetup is a date, and you should be able
exactly.
to meet up anywhere. It doesn't matter. Now I think meeting the families too soon early on, I think for first date is a bit much. Anything else where it's you one-on-one, where it's a private space and you can talk quietly and get to know each other and actually have an interview, because that's what the first date is, peacefully. It doesn't matter what type of food they're serving.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree. Hey, listen, Danny, my method, and any guys listening to this pod who happen to be single, here's my method. First date is happy hour. Because if I can't be happy with you during happy hour, how the hell am I going to be happy doing a $200 dinner or more later in the night when I'm passing up on watching NBA basketball? Happy hour from like 5 to 7. It's a good slot. You could meet somebody, be like, yo, I got to go. Or you could meet somebody and say, hey, this has been so much fun. I'm willing to pass on whatever I want to do later in the evening. And we can go and have real dinner. We can go do something else. But happy hour is how you get it started. Because again, if you can't be happy spending discounted dollars on drinks and food, then how the hell are you going to be happy with a $300 dinner? That's
100%.
that's my
And
advice.
shout out to Amjad. First date should be a low commitment. Mind you, this reminds me of I didn't even think about. I do think about it, but not as much when you thought about how much a dinner costs between two people at a really nice restaurant. You are
Exactly.
committing this to a person that you may not get anything in return from, and that's expecting you to take them on this experience. And they might just be using you for a good meal.
For the
I
For
think
the
the date
Instagram
for a
story. No,
man,
you ain't catching. You
just
ain't
like they
catching me
test
with
you,
that.
you should be testing them. So first date should be a test. You should be able to spend time with them, not at a cheap date, but not expensive one, but a medium to cheap date, and see how well they handle it. You know what I'm saying? It should be on the
Yep.
man. If he's spending the money and he's taking care of your food, it shouldn't have a dollar amount or expectation or entitlement, because we don't know if you're using me or using that man for the food or not, and he has to find that
Yeah.
out with taking you on a dinner date.
I had a discussion with the coworker today too. A woman. She also said the man needs to come to her neck of the woods. Like I live in New York City, Manhattan, downtown. Let's say the woman lives in Brooklyn. I also got to go to Brooklyn. And I gotta pay. Why we can't be halfway? It's a whole thing. We could have a whole podcast episode about that, but maybe we'll have an extended clip and we'll try to get more of these off the court topics for you guys. But let's get to the hoops, because
get
big
some
things
basketball,
happened.
man.